On Monday, March 19, 2018, the Polk County Sheriff received a frantic 911 call from a distressed teen, later identified as Dillen Alex Murray. Dillen reported that his friend had attacked him in the woods with a baseball bat. He told the 911 operator that he managed to disarm his attacker and, in self-defense, beat his friend, 15-year-old Giovanni Diaz, leaving him bleeding and lying in the woods. Deputies swiftly responded to the scene and found Giovanni unresponsive with severe facial trauma. Paramedics quickly transported Giovanni to the hospital. Nearby, detectives discovered an aluminum baseball bat, dented and covered in blood, next to the victim's body. The weapon's condition painted a grim picture of the violent encounter. Dillen was detained by deputies and transported to the Polk County Sheriff's Office. There, in the stark confines of the interrogation room, the following interview unfolded, aiming to unravel the details of the brutal incident that had left one friend fighting for his life and the other facing serious charges.
How you doing, Dillen?
Good.
You be able to control your breathing a little bit?
I don't know how long I'm going to be able to live like this, dude.
Okay.
All that keeps happening to me.
Before we get started, I just want to advise you of your rights, all right? You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that, right?
Yes, sir.
You have, anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You said, was that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during any questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions, or make any statements. Do you understand that?
Yes.
With those rights in mind, do you have any questions about any of those? You shaking your head, is that no?
No, sir. I don't have
Okay.
any questions.
How do you spell your first and last name, Dillen?
D-I-L-L-E.
Is it Ian, O-N?
Ian.
Ian. And your middle name, Alex?
Sir.
A-L-E-X? Is that correct? A-L-E-X?
Sir.
And how do you spell your last name?
M-U-R-A-Y.
You said M-U-R-R-A-Y? Okay. I understand something happened earlier today. Tell me about that. What happened earlier?
What happened today was my friend wanted. Should I just tell you the whole story from the beginning? Because it's going to be hard to explain from the beginning.
Yeah, by all means, start from the beginning.
Last Wednesday, I was at my friend Zach's house. I left Zach's house and I saw Gio.
What's Zach's last name? I'm sorry.
Zach Black.
Black?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he live near you guys?
Yes, we all live next to each other. Was all friends.
Okay. What happened last Wednesday? You went to Zach's house?
Everything like normal, but when I was leaving, I quit. I had stopped hanging out for Gio for a long time, and then I saw Gio, and Gio was like, "Hey, Monday, for sure, make sure when you get done with your studies, text me, and we're gonna burn." So I had marijuana on me, obviously.
So was Gio at Zach's house as well, or was it when you were
he was
leaving?
just walking by himself.
So who were you at Zach's with?
I was at Zach's with, just chilling with his family. I was at Zach's
Just
with him,
Zach's family and then
him,
you?
his brother, his sisters, everything. It was just like a normal day.
Okay.
And when Gio asked me that, I didn't think nothing of it. Everybody always comes out and says, "Hey, you want to smoke in the woods?" But he was like, and at the time I didn't know. I thought he just didn't want to smoke with Zach, but he was like, "It's just gonna be me and you. It's just gonna be me and you." But today, it's Monday, so I texted him when I woke up. I said, "Hey, I'm done with my studies. I'll be at the Rocks if you want to chill after school, just me and you, like you said." And then he was like, "All right." And then right when he got off school, I was walking around the neighborhood, texting him, "Hey, where you at?" He was just looking at my text messages. And I didn't think nothing of it. I thought maybe he just didn't have any Wi-Fi until I walked down the street and he saw me. And we went into the woods. And then before we went into the woods, he was like, "Hey, you want to play baseball after we get high?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's play baseball. You want to go get Zach afterwards?" And he was like, "Hell yeah, bro." So I went back home. I grabbed my football, not my football, my baseball bat. I go back in the woods. I have a seat. And I start to roll the blunt. And then he's like, "I got to use the bathroom." And he went behind the tree. And he was like, "Don't look, because my dick is out." I'm not gay. I'm not going to look anyways. But all of a sudden, he was like, "Ah." and I heard like he was moving because it's the woods, and I was like, what's wrong? He was like, an ant just bit my dick. Don't turn around. I still got my dick out. I'm still gotta go pee. But right when he said that, he turned around. He was above me with the baseball bat. I didn't even think, bro. I just put my arm up, and he did like a little thing like that and tried to hit me, and I put my hand up, and the only place he hit me with the baseball bat was right here, and it wasn't even that hard. And when I grabbed the baseball bat like this, I disarmed him, and he had these blue gloves on, and he was like, I took the baseball bat from me, threw his gloves down, and then he hit me, and he was like, now you're gonna fucking get it. And then but when he punched me, that's when I got mad, and the baseball bat started, and I didn't stop until I saw blood everywhere. The last thing I remember was like just looking at him, and there was blood everywhere, and I was like, why didn't I just put him in a headlock or something? Why did I hit him with the baseball bat? And then I got real queasy, and I just ran out in the woods and threw up, screaming for help. And that was it. I just screamed for help.
Kind of just backing up a little bit. You said he had some blue gloves on. What kind of gloves?
Like,
can you describe them?
Like, before he took them off, they were like real light blue, and they weren't in like regular latex gloves. Like, you know, the ones that go right here. They were like gloves that went all the way down to his arm.
Were they kind of like a rubbery material though?
I didn't. The only time I grabbed the gloves is when he threw them down like this, and I picked them up and took them outside, and I was like, these are his gloves. And he was the guy that was like telling me to call the police. He was like, what are you doing? Put the gloves down. And I was like, I threw them on the ground. I don't know what to do, man. I just don't, man. And I went home, and my dad's all mad at me because he's like, we shouldn't have went out here to begin with and stuff.
Okay. How long have you known Giovanni?
A long time, like 3 years.
Do you know his last name?
Diaz.
Did you guys meet in school or just from the neighborhood?
School, neighborhood, we were friends. The only time we got in bad with him is like 2 years ago when we got into a fight, but we've been good since then.
What happened during that fight 2 years ago?
Gio was just like making fun of me, and he walked up to me and he pushed me, and then we got into a fight.
Where was this at?
At the bus stop.
Okay. Do you remember where the bus stop is?
Yes.
Where's that at?
Where the convenience. I can't tell you the street because so much stuff is going on right now, and it's just by this place where there's like 3 trees. There's like 3 trees.
But kind of in that general area neighborhood. Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't think nothing of it. He's not the only one that asks me to come in the woods and smoke weed with him. He's not the only one. Everybody else does. I didn't think nothing of it. But when he punched me in the face, I just lost it, man.
So it was last Wednesday, you said it was?
Yes.
That he texted you?
No, we talked face to face. And today, I said, hey, if you still want to chill, we can meet me at the Rocks. And it's just like me and you, like you said. And he was like, all right, cool. And then when we were walking, I was texting him, spamming him, hey, where you at? I want to chill. Where you at? And then he was just looking at my text, and I was walking around the neighborhood because he told me he was going to be off school. He had me just walking around the neighborhood. And he's my friend. I don't think nothing of it, man. And then I saw him walking, and he was like, oh, hey, bud, all calm.
When you said he was reading your text, does it have like a red receipt whenever you send it? It shows that you read it? When
you send it, if their phone's turned off, it does like a little check mark with no thing. If their phone is on and they're not looking at it, it's a check mark, dark blue, but when they read it, their little voice chat comes up right next to it. It means they've read it.
Okay, so that's how you know he was looking at him?
Yeah, but I turned around the corner, I was like, you been reading my text messages? He was like, yeah. And then we were fine until we got into the woods.
Okay.
And I feel really bad. I don't know if is he okay or... Well, I mean, I know he attacked me, but I could have, just put him in a headlock or nothing, but I beat him.
I'm sorry, just backing up a little bit. You said when you woke up today, that's when you texted him?
No, after about 2 hours before my studies, I was like, hey, I'm about to be done with my studies. Do you want to chill out?
Do you remember what time that was, roughly?
at this point. But I didn't delete. I told my dad I'm not going to delete my text off my phone. You can, whenever y'all have my phone, you can read where I was like, hey, do you want to chill, just me and you?
Does your phone have a password on it or anything?
No, you can just swipe.
Okay.
I've got nothing to hide. I just feel really guilty because I could have did. When I left at the woods, he looked like he was hurt really bad. And I know I could have did something else not to hurt him that bad.
Okay.
Just couldn't stop.
Prior to last Wednesday when you saw him, I know you said 2 years ago you guys got in this fight.
We were fine. We're fine.
Was everything good after that?
We're fine. We don't barely talk unless we see each other walking, because we barely text each other, but we were fine. Like, every time I seen him, he was like, what's up? Nothing was wrong.
Do you remember the last time you saw him before last Wednesday?
Yeah, when he got off the bus and he showed me like a Rubik's Cube, and they didn't want to, I'm not into all that, and I kind of like blew him off and went to Zach's house.
Okay, do you know about how long ago that was?
About 2 weeks ago I did that.
Okay.
Because he showed me this like 16 thing, and I was like, bro, that's lame. I went to Zach's house.
Okay.
But that's...
And so when you woke up and, ended up texting him, hey, what's up, are we hanging out later?
Yeah, all he said was, aight. And I just got my stuff ready, I did my studies, and when he was like, I'm gonna come out, I went out, and he wasn't out about the time he was out. I had to like walk around the neighborhood until I saw him.
And where did you first see him?
I saw him on his street, like he had just walked from his house.
And do you know the name of his street?
I have no idea, sir.
Okay. Where is it in relation to the woods there?
It's, both of our houses are not far from the woods.
Okay. Does he live on the same street that the woods are on, or does he live off a separate street?
No, all he's got to do to get to the woods is walk straight and take a right, and the woods are right there. My house is like, you saw where my house is compared to the woods.
Okay.
If you take that rock and go down and look that way, his house is like one of the ones on the corner. All he's got to do is take a straight away, and going through those woods or the other woods.
And when you first saw him on his street, were you able to see his house from where you saw him, or was it down the road from his house?
It was. I like crossed the corner and saw him walking.
Okay. And did you guys start walking at that time, like walking together?
Yeah, seemed fine, bro. Nothing seemed wrong with him. Nothing. Swear, he was fine.
What kind of things did you guys talk about as you walked to the woods?
He said, "Do you got the blunts?" And then on the way I said, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you got any bud?" And I was like, "Yeah, some fire stuff, like normal guys would talk about." When we got right by the woods, he just stopped and he was like, "Hey, you want to play baseball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just got a baseball bat. My dad has it." And then he was like, "Oh, go get it. And then when you get back, you'll roll the blunt." And then he was like, "You gonna do it?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna play baseball. I love football."
So this is
baseball.
Before going into the woods?
Before, like right there, like because my neighbors saw me. You can ask them. They saw me walking around back and forth for the neighborhood by myself until he showed up. And then thinking nothing, I went and got the baseball bat and I grabbed it. I put it right behind me like this, like this. And I just started going like that. And he was like, "I gotta take a pee." He walked off and he went behind the tree. And then that's all I know.
So Giovanni asked you if you wanted to play baseball afterwards, right? After
we smoked.
Yeah. And so that's when you went back to your house to get the bat?
Yeah, I went back to my house. I got the bat, and I showed them to the bat, and he was like, "Oh yeah, bro, it's a nice bat," because it was all metal. It's not one of those wooden ones.
Where did how long is it? Your bat or is it your dad's bat? Family members?
It's just a bat that was laying around that I had never seen before. And when he was like, "Hey, do you want to play baseball?" I was like, "Oh, that's cool. There's a bat at my house."
And where did you first see this bat?
In the shed, like 2 months ago. But then it went missing, and now it was under the couch.
So it was in your shed 2 months ago?
Yes.
Okay.
And then recently, when I was looking for it to play baseball, it was laying under the couch.
Which couch exactly?
The living room.
Okay. And how did you come across finding it under the couch?
I came home and I was like, "Where's that dang bat at? I want to play baseball." And I just searched the house, and then, boom, I looked under the thing, and there it was.
And when was it that you found the bat?
Maybe like 10 minutes after I came back home, because it wasn't that long at all. I found the bat like that and was already back out the woods.
On today?
Today.
Okay. So when Giovanni asked if you wanted to play baseball, when you went back to your house looking for the bat, that's when you found it?
Yes, because I knew I had a bat, I just couldn't recollect where it was at the time.
Okay. And what made you check under the couch?
Just checking for, a bat could easily roll under the couch, behind the couch. I was just looking for it.
Okay. Does anyone else use the bat?
And no, that's why I figured nobody would really care. It's been like 2 months ago it was in the shed. Maybe it was just being used for like home protection under the couch. That's what I thought.
Okay. Do you know who bought the bat originally?
No, I've never seen who bought it. I don't even remember how the bat got here. I just remembered we had it and that we could play baseball with.
Okay. And now in the woods, you talk about sitting on a rock or whatnot.
I wasn't sitting on a rock. I had my face pointed the other way because I didn't want to see him taking a piss, and he told me his dick was.
So you were standing at that point?
No, I was sitting like this.
Like on the ground?
Yeah, like this, and I was rolling the blunt, and right when I sat down, I was gonna sit down over there like this, but he was like, turn around and sit right here because I gotta take a pee. So he made me turn around like that.
So what were you sitting on?
I was sitting on just dirt.
Oh, so on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you had placed the bat, you said, behind you?
Yeah, I just like tossed it behind me like this, and then started rolling the blunt.
And he was somewhere in the trees behind you?
Somewhere behind a tree, in a bush, somewhere behind something. Because there was a couple times I went like this, like not all the way, but like he wasn't in the peripheral.
Gotcha. And then you're in the process of rolling the blunt?
No, I was breaking it up, like going like this with both my hands and trying to like lick it. And when I heard him say, an ant bit me, I have to move. And I was like, I'm turning around. He was like, don't look, my dick's still out. But when he said that, his foot was like right next to my back, and then I heard the bat get up from the ground, and then he went to hit me. I put this arm up just like this to block, went like that, grabbed his arm, and he punched me in the face. And when he punched me in the face, he backed up. I had the bat in my hand. He looked at me, and he just went like this with the gloves. You're about to get it. And then that's when he stuck me, and then the rest is just like you already know.
Okay. How many times did he hit you?
He hit me twice. Once with the bat, and then once with this fist.
Was it like a closed fist, open?
A closed fist. He hit me right here.
Where? So the right side of your face, like in the cheek area.
Yes.
And then when he hit you with the bat, which arm did he hit you at?
He only hit me right here with the bat.
So your left forearm?
Yeah, because he was gonna try and hit me in the head like this. Because I was sitting down at the time, and when I turned around, I was like this, and I just looked up and saw it bat, and then as it was coming down, I just closed my eyes and put this up.
So when he was sort of standing above you with the bat coming down, was he behind where you're sitting, so you're looking straight up, or did you turn and he's kind of off to the side?
He was at first when he picked the bat. I turned around and went like this, and when I got about right here, I noticed the bat was like above my head like that. And then when I got all the way around here, I guess is when he like tried to get me or somewhere right here, because that's when all of a sudden it just came down. I put this up and just grabbed it, and then when I got up, he stuck me. And when he stuck me, he let go of the bat, so I was like all backing up forward. And I was like, bro, what's your problem? He just went, now you're gonna fucking get it. And I was like, what is your problem? What is your problem? And then he hit me again. Right here.
So was he wearing those blue gloves when he first had the bat and went to hit you?
When he first had the bat, he had the gloves on. But when they disarmed the glove and he punched me, he took the gloves off. Like he was about to, like, you know what I'm saying? He just went like that and just started coming at me like a crazy person.
And then as he started coming at you, what did you do?
I put my left foot in the back and just hit him right here. And then once I saw that, I just kept hitting him
with the bat or with your fist?
I just hit him with the bat.
Okay. Was it overhand, sidearm, or do you remember how you did it?
Everything, bro.
Do you recall how the first strike went, though?
If I had to guess, it probably connected somewhere along here.
So the left side of his face?
Yeah, because he was coming at me, and I was just trying to get him to, like, back off. But, like, once the first hit connected, he was, like, all dazed, and then that's when I was just like, ugh.
Do you recall, did you have it two-handed on the bat, one hand?
Two-handed.
Two-hand? Did you come down, or did you come to the side? Or whatever way?
Both.
Do you remember what you first did, though?
Probably like this.
Sort of at an angle?
Sort of at an angle, because I remember it hitting like in the tip of the bat, hitting like right here in the back of the head, and then like once this part of the bat connected, he like got all like this.
So like he was dazed or
yeah,
whatnot? Did he fall to the ground at
no,
all?
No, I hit him like 6 times.
Okay.
Well, in like the chest, and then like in the head, because I just got so mad, bro.
Now, was he saying anything at this point?
No, when he said you're f***ing done, and I hit him in the head, he was like dazed. He looked like when like one of them boxers, like out of breath. And then like when I hit him, I just got so mad, and I just kept. And then like he hit the ground, and I gave him like one more big one, and I was like, and then all of a sudden it just came flooding at me, like what the f*** did I just do?
Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure I get the series of events right. You're sitting there, fixing to roll the blunt, you're pulling.
I mean, I don't want to lie to you. We were really about to smoke marijuana. We were about to smoke marijuana, and I had it on me.
I'm not concerned with smoking a little bit of weed. All right, it happens. Everyone does it when they're young. You know, I'm not here about a little bit of weed. So when you said you were picking it apart, were you picking the bud apart?
No, the bud was already apart.
It was already apart.
It was just hard to explain because he didn't let me do it. He like went and put on the gloves so fast and grabbed the bat so fast. It was like I had opened the blunt, and as I was going like this, I heard the noise. And then right when I went like that.
Now, was the blunt from like wrapping papers, or did you buy like a cigarillo that you emptied out?
Cigarillo.
Okay. And
I don't know what to do. Like right now, I don't know. Bro, I don't feel good. I feel like throwing up. I feel like I'm drunk, bro.
If you need to, hey, just if you need to puke, hey, use the trash can. I understand it's a crazy situation. A lot of stuff's going on. I mean, it's stressful. I understand that. All right. I'm just, like I said, my job is here to try and figure out exactly what happened, and that's why I'm asking all these detailed questions, because obviously I wasn't there. I don't know how you roll your blunts, so that's why I'm just asking questions. So as you're kind of getting ready to fill the blunt paper with the weed, as
I broke up the wrapper like this, I opened up the wrapper with the cigarillos in, because the wrappers that I use, you got to break it up and gut it. As I was pulling the blunt out, he said, that he got bit by an ant, and then I got one little rip, and then I heard a footstep right legit behind me, and then the metal of the bat, like, getting up, like somebody just grabbed the bat and picked it up, and then I just turned around and he was right there, and he had this look on his face, and I was like, Gio, what are you doing? And he was like, didn't say nothing, he just swung. The only time he said something is when I got the bat from him.
Do you know when he put the gloves on? Did he have the gloves on when he walked in?
He must have did it when he said, he must have like lied to me, and that's the reason he probably told me he had to take a piss and not to look because his dick was out.
So prior to him needing to pee, he did not have the gloves on?
No.
And then it was just all of a sudden when you turn around and he's there with the bat, he already had him on?
Literally 2 minutes after he was like, don't look behind me, my dick's still out. I got bit by an ant, but I looked behind me because I heard right behind me.
Gotcha. Did you see him with these gloves as you guys walked up? Like, were they hanging out of his pocket, or you just didn't know you had them?
I didn't know he had them.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell what kind of gloves they were. They didn't look like surgical gloves. They didn't look like the gloves that the forensic people use.
And describe the bat. You said it was metal?
Yeah, the bat is metal, and it says T-ball on it.
What color is it?
It's silver with like a red emblem and blue and black lettering. It's a little softball baseball bat.
Okay. Was it newer or older?
It's really old.
Older? Did it have dents in it or anything, or was it kind of still?
No, it was just older. It had a bunch of scratches, but no dents.
Gotcha. And so I know when you kind of turn and you see him with the bat ready to come down, that's when you put your arms up?
No, I put one arm up.
You put one arm, and it was your left arm?
Yes.
And that's where he hit you?
Yeah, because I'm not stupid. I know how to fight. I know how to
Where did he hit you on your arm?
Only like right here on the meaty part.
Okay, so
I was
right
telling you, the
inside from the elbow?
The bat didn't make me mad. I was just scared. But when he punched me in the face...
So that's when he hit you, you were able to take the bat,
and
that's when he followed with a punch.
When he followed with the punch, it was... I exploded, sir. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
I probably could have just like hit him once or put him in a chokehold, but once he punched me, I was just like, you're going down.
So once you took the bat, he punched you, and you hit him with the bat and hit him.
No, when he punched me, that's when I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like,
threw the gloves down.
And then when he came at me, I just went, whoa. And then he was all dazed.
When he came at you, how did he come at you?
One hand up in the back like this, and he was just coming at me like this, like running.
Like he's gonna.
Like maybe he was gonna maybe punch me and then try to tackle me.
Okay. About how far was he when he threw the gloves off and started coming at you?
Not far.
Okay, from using this room
About
as
me
like
and
reference,
you
just
apart.
a couple feet apart.
Yeah, because every time I tried to back up, he would come closer.
So you did try and back up, but you kept
Dude,
coming.
I was telling him, "What are you doing, Gio? What are you doing?" I was giving him all the chances to tell me what was going on, and I feel really bad. I mean, maybe he was just gonna try to beat my ass. Maybe he wasn't gonna try to kill me or something. You know what I'm saying? But what I did to him was too much.
So when he started coming at you and he had his fist cocked back like he's gonna hit you, that's when you swung and hit him sort of on the head
right,
there.
exactly right there. And that's when he was like.
And then he started dazed and backed up, and then.
That when I saw at that point, it was just like my blood was boiling, and I was just coming for him. Not gonna lie, I came for him.
Now, when you were going after him, did you have the urge like you wanted to kill him, or just what? I mean,
I wanted to kill him.
You did?
Because I thought he was gonna kill me.
Does Giovanni have a girlfriend or anything?
I don't know.
Okay, so it's not like, you may have started talking to his girl and he got all pissed off or anything?
The only thing I can think about is him being mad at me is what I just told you when he tried to show me some new thing when he got off the bus.
That Rubik's Cube thing?
Yeah, and I just blew him off. That's the last thing I did bad to Gio.
And that was about 2 weeks ago, you said?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
In between him showing you that and then last Wednesday when he said...
We only talked one time face to face.
Okay. And you said you estimated you probably hit him about 6 times, you said?
No. I don't know, man. I just kept hitting him and hitting him until I
Because I know you said when he first came at you, you hit him one sort of in the side of the head. He backed up all dazed.
Yeah, like he
your
was
blood was boiling, so you kept going. At what point did he go down?
When he got this real glassy-eyed look in his eye, like he just looked like instead of real menacing, like he looked like he was completely innocent, like he was the victim,
like dazed
like he was
confused.
like this, and then that's when I started to feel bad because he looked like he was hurting more than me because he didn't hurt me. But in my head, I was like, he just tried to kill me, so I ain't gonna lie to you, sir.
Well, I appreciate that.
I tried to kill him.
Okay. Once you hit him that one time and he kind of dazed, not like he was all there, and then you kept going to hit him, do you know about how many times you hit him until he went down, or did he fall down after the first strike after that?
He fell maybe after the first 6 strikes.
Okay.
But when he was on the ground, I was still so mad. I'm not gonna lie, sir. I was trying to make it to where I didn't hear him breathe anymore. But then I started hearing this noise after I hit him in the head. He was like something like water, but there was no blood coming out of his mouth. And then I was like, oh my God, what did I just do?
After the first hit, or when he was on the ground?
After I was done, he was just laying on his back, and his blood all over his face.
When he was on the ground, do you remember about how many times you hit him then?
Only 3, because that's when he hit the ground is when it was just like a shut-off switch.
So you estimate about 6, and then he went down, and then another 3, and that was it?
Yes.
Do you remember about where you hit for the first 6? I know 1 was here, and then the next 6 was
probably
it face,
in his
chest?
face, probably all at the head and his arms. I don't think I hit him in the body. I think it was just everywhere on his head and tore up his sides of his arms and stuff. Because he did a couple of times he was like, ugh, like that, and he was saying stop, but he came after me, and in my head I was like, I'm gonna kill you first. And I didn't, and I was telling my dad I didn't go. My dad was like, you should have went out anyways, and I'm starting to think you went in there and tried to hurt him. If I wanted to go in there and hurt him when they detained me, I had a pocket knife in my pocket. If I wanted to kill Gio, I would have killed him with a knife, not my own baseball bat.
Gotcha. So sort of face and arms when he was standing, when he was on the ground, do you remember where you hit then?
Who, me?
Yeah. When he was on the ground.
No, he was completely unconscious, covered in blood. Okay. I just couldn't stop. I was trying to so bad.
Okay, but those 3 additional strikes when he was on the ground, where did you hit? Do you remember?
And then the windpipe, his nose, and the top of his head.
Okay.
Because that's where I was trying to
And you said when he was standing, some of them he tried to block with his arms. And
yeah, he would only get caught.
And he said stop or whatever?
Yeah.
Do you remember what else he said?
He would just say stop. That's it.
Okay, do you know about how many times he said that?
Maybe about 4 or 5.
Okay. And then once he was on the ground and you did those 3 final hits, what happened next?
I looked at him and I said, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have did that. I should have just put him in a headlock. And immediately, like once I started to snap back to reality, I ran out the woods screaming help. I started throwing up. I picked up the gloves like a freaking idiot and ran outside with them, showing the guy that saying that was trying to help me out. I was saying, these are the gloves he was wearing. He was like, what are you doing? Put them down. He made me drop them on the thing. And then I saw my dad coming home from work, and I just took off towards the house.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Do you remember where you?
In trouble.
Well, I understand, and that's why it's important to be honest with me, and my job is to figure out what happened.
I didn't delete any of this. You can go on there where I was like, hey, it's gonna be me and you today, like you said. I didn't delete none of my text messages. But I just don't want to get in trouble because my dad was like, you could have did something else, you big fighter. I know what he looked like before I left.
Do you know what you did? Where you dropped with the bat?
When I looked at him, I went like this and threw the bat, and I think the bat maybe like landed at an angle sideways at him.
So near his body?
Yeah, near. What? His body? He's dead?
Yes, sir. He is. He is. I'm sorry to have to tell you that, but yes, Giovanni did pass. I understand that, and I understand this is very, very tough and stressful.
He's my friend.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry I have to tell you that.
Are you for real?
Yes,
You're
sir.
not playing with me.
I'm not playing with you.
How am I gonna live when I killed somebody? Oh my! I killed somebody.
There's some toilet paper there next to you if you need to, dry your eyes, blow your nose. I know this is very tough on you. All right, it's not easy to have to talk about this.
I was just so mad. I didn't mean to kill you for real. I don't care if you tried to kill me first. I don't want to kill nobody. How am I supposed to live with myself after this?
Well, I can't tell you what you need to do or what the right thing to do is, but there are people that you can talk to and, counselors and grief counselors to talk about. Talking is the best thing you can do.
What is my family?
Well, I can tell you this right now. All right, your parents know that Giovanni's dead, and they are still your parents. At the end of the day, your dad was telling me, you're his son. He still loves you. It's hard to think that this was something that you had planned out for weeks and wanted to try and go do.
If I wanted to kill him, I wouldn't use the baseball bat. I had a pocket knife on me that should have gave them enough reason that I wasn't going to go in there to hurt him.
Now, did the skateboard that's out there, is that yours or Giovanni's?
Huh?
There's a skateboard.
What does that mean? No, I don't skate. That was Giovanni.
That was Giovanni's skateboard? Do you know where that was during this whole incident?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He always carries his skateboards. He never lets us touch them.
Okay. He didn't try and hit you with that at all?
No.
Okay. Do you know did you use that to hit him at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't use that to hit him.
Okay.
I only used the baseball.
Do you know the blunt that you started to kind of gut out so you can put the weed in it? Do you know where that is?
It's got to be still in the woods because I was so scared. I just ran. It's got to be. It's a mango white owl. It should have been laying right there where we had our tussle. Cause right where I don't know if y'all moved his body or nothing, but wherever his body was is where I was sitting.
What, did you have it in like a blunt, like to come in a pack, or did you have the single?
It came in a pack.
Okay, so the pack may be out there.
Maybe the pack, during the fight, maybe somebody take the blunt, and you know how what color blunts are.
You said it was mango white owl.
Mango white owl.
Okay. Do you know this guy that when you were running out, the guy that you saw that said, you know, put the gloves down? Do you know who that person is?
No, I don't know him. No.
Okay. Have you seen him before?
No.
Okay. How long have you lived in that area?
Almost all my life, 15 years.
Gotcha. And are you 17 now?
No, 16.
You're 16, about to be 17?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On a rough estimate, how often do you think you would go to those woods to smoke weed or do whatever?
Almost every single week.
Every week?
With somebody different every time. That was our chill spot. Mm-hmm. Everybody went back to that spot and smoked weed.
Okay.
Or played around. We played football back there because it was off the grid.
Mm-hmm.
So when he asked
somewhere away from the parents kind of thing?
So we always go back there. We always go back there and play football. We always go back there. We didn't have a baseball bat. We would go in the woods and walk around and throw the baseball. So we always smoke in there. So when he was like, hey, do you want to come smoke a blunt in the woods? It wasn't a surprise to me. Mm-hmm. The only thing that surprised me is when I turned around and Gio was over my head.
Okay.
I didn't mean to kill him, though. I wanted to, but I didn't really want to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, I got you.
Oh, God. No.
Did any of you guys bring a baseball when you guys went out there? Or what were you guys going to play baseball with?
He was supposed to have the baseball. He said he had a baseball. All he needed was the bat.
Okay. And did he show you the baseball at all, or?
No, I didn't see any type of baseball. When I went back and got the bat, he was standing in front of the woods. I said, I got the bat. And he was like, all right, let's hurry up and go smoke. And I'm going to be honest, I've been smoking weed for like 2 years, so when somebody says let's smoke,
that's what you're focusing on, you're not
I was trying to roll, I was trying to get high.
I got you.
And I was being honest.
And I appreciate that.
I had weed, but there was no argument. He was fine until all of a sudden he got real weird when he was like, don't look, my got bit by an ant. Mm-hmm. I have to move, my dick's still out. Don't look, don't turn around. That's when I heard the shh, and then I turned around, and then I heard, and he was over me. And then it just happened, and then I just raged on him.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
I hate fighting, man. Every time I fight, something bad happens, but I've never killed nobody before. Mm-hmm. How am I supposed to live in that neighborhood knowing that I killed their parent's son?
Well, that's something I can't answer that, unfortunately. I can't tell you, what the next step you need to do is. Like I said, I would recommend talking with someone, a grief counselor, and just talking it out, because you let that stuff build up inside, it's gonna tear you down. Right.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, man. I've never killed somebody before. I'm not even a grown up.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever gone and killed anything else, like animals or anything, before?
The only thing that I used to kill were lizards.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because my grandpa used to give me 50 cents each.
Kind of like a pest management kind of thing, kind of just before the lizard population gets too big, your grandpa would help you get that.
Yeah, but that's it.
No, like dogs, cats, squirrels, any animals like that?
We used to kill cats.
About how long ago was that?
When I was like 11, and back, for a very short time when I was getting bullied, but that was like almost 5 years ago.
Okay, so about 11.
It was mainly, I only did that stuff when I was getting bullied, or like I had something really stressed. I haven't did any of that stuff in like a long time.
So when bullied or stressed?
Yes.
Okay, do you know about how many you killed?
Only two. I don't have the stomach, man.
Mm-hmm. Do you know whose cats they were? Were they strays or like?
Probably just strays.
Okay.
I don't know. It was so long ago,
mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even like I was getting satisfaction out of it. I would just be mad, and like I would see a cat, and I would kick it really hard, and it would just stop moving.
Mm-hmm. So whenever those two that you did kill, that you just kicked them?
I kicked one, and the other one I punched. But I usually have good self-control. The only thing that I haven't been able to freaking cope with is this stupid anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Have you been diagnosed with anxiety?
Yes. 3 times, but nobody can ever help me. I've been in therapy. I've been put on medication. Nothing works.
What sort of medications have you been put on?
I've been put on, there's this one that's supposed to like slow the muscle movements in your stomach and take away the anxiousness chemical from your brain, and I was on another one that they gave me, and it was like Xanax, and I didn't want to take it because it was like Xanax. I only don't mess with nothing like that. I only smoke weed, and it made me feel like really weird, like how I feel right now, like just freaking disoriented and drunk.
When was the last time you took any of those prescription medications?
Probably back when everybody thought that my stomach was messed up, but it was really my anxiety causing my stomach to hurt and me to cyclic vomit.
And how long ago was that?
Maybe almost a year ago.
About a year ago?
Because my dad doesn't want me on. He said that's how people get messed up in the head, is taking painkillers and stuff at a young age. So I just been had to deal with it.
Okay.
That's why I'm in homeschool and stuff. I can't even wake up and go to school without throwing up.
Gotcha. For these gloves, I know you said there was somewhere after you ran out of the woods, this guy tells you to drop them. Do you know, were they in the grass somewhere?
I dropped them. They should have been in plain sight. I dropped them right there on the road. Because once he said, dude, drop them, because if you hold them and there's a chance that there's more DNA of yours on there, they're going to blame you. And all I did was drop them, throw them to the ground. But I wasn't thinking. When he told me all that, I was bent over, throwing up, panic attack. Right now, talking to you, I can't believe I'm not having a panic attack.
Okay.
But I feel like shit. I don't even like want to go home. I don't want to face my family. I killed somebody.
Okay. Do you remember right after the mayhem stopped and you realized what had happened and you ran out calling for help? Did you ever use your phone to call 911 then, or what was going through your mind?
What going through my mind was, oh my God, I beat him up, and the dude that told me to put the gloves down was the one that told me to call the police. Cause I'm telling you, after I did it, I'm so distraught right now. I can't even freaking think straight.
Did you
I
call
was throwing up
after that guy tells you to call?
Yeah, I called immediately.
And was that prior to getting home or after you get home?
I called as soon as that guy told me. I was like right outside the woods.
Okay, so.
And the guy was like, I'm gonna go check on him. He ran into the wrong part of the woods, but I didn't want to tell him because my dad had just came home, and better just to go home and tell my dad that he tried to.
So
I didn't even say to my dad that he tried to kill me. I was like, Gio just tried to hurt me, and I beat him up, and that's why my dad got mad when I was like, I beat him up, but.
Okay. So were you on the phone 911 as you were running home?
Yeah, I was on the phone 911 the whole time until they showed up.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble. This looks so bad right now.
Well, whenever we have situations like this, obviously it's never good when someone dies. That's a given.
I didn't mean to kill him.
I understand. And that's what my job is. Talking with you, getting your side of the story, see what happened. We've got detectives at the scene there in the woods that are documenting that stuff, and I'll get with them and kind of see if everything's matching up.
Even though he tried to do that to me, I still feel bad for him. I ended his life. I ended all the things he could have became.
Okay.
His life was just starting.
Are these the same clothes that you were wearing during this whole thing?
Yes.
Do you remember what Giovanni was wearing?
No, sir. I just remember the gloves and the baseball bat and the ran on his face.
Okay. Have you washed your hands or cleaned up at all?
No, I don't want to do any of that until the freaking police say that I'm off the hook, because I've watched way too many TV shows to know somebody can get screwed like that.
Okay.
That's why I didn't delete any of the text message. The text message just says, hey, do you want to chill after school by ourselves, like you said? And then there's like 15 question marks, and where I was like, hey, where you at? You told me to be out here. I'm walking around. And then he led me to the woods. We got to the edge of the woods. He said, hey, do you have a baseball bat? And me being a freaking gullible dude I know, pothead, good friend, I said, yeah. He said, look, we're going to go get Zach and play baseball. And it didn't bother me that he didn't want to go get Zach, because you know how kids are. They don't want to share it. So I figured he just didn't want to share the weed.
You guys only had a certain amount of weed. You want to make sure you got.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But when he freaking looked at, when I turned around and the thing was over his head, I figured it all out.
Okay. And when you say you figured it all out, what was that?
He led me in the woods to hurt me.
And the only thing you can think of is that Rubik's Cube thing like 2 weeks ago?
The only thing that I mean, if anybody should be mad, it should be me, because he effed the girl I like, but that was so long ago. The only thing I could think about getting mad is if he did Rubik's Cube.
How long ago was it that he slept with the girl that you were into?
That's what I'm saying. It's not even worth it. Two years ago, maybe. And I'm not even mad because I don't even like. I'm not gay, but I don't know what it is. I've just these past 2 years, I haven't been attracted to anything.
Gotcha. Now, was this before the time that he slept with the girl you were into? Was that before or after that fight that you guys got into about 2 years ago?
That was after.
Okay. Was the fight?
It wasn't about the girl. The fight was I came to the bus stop, and it was back when I was littler. I wasn't mature. I was stealing those things out of people's yards, the little reflectors in the middle of the night thing. They light up and stuff.
Yeah.
And he started making fun of me, calling me poor, that I had to pick out the lights and stuff. And I got mad and I walked up to him and I was like, "Why you gotta be so mean to me, man?" And he just shoved me. And I'm the type of person, if you touch me, I'm gonna hit back.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And that's all I did.
So other than that, the Rubik's Cube thing about 2 weeks ago, and then this.
That's the only thing I could think.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think about. He's mad at me from, unless he's just a crazy son of a bitch and wanted to kill somebody.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have any questions for me right now?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I know a lot's going through your head.
Somebody.
One of the things that another detective is asking your dad about is if you and your father, because you are a juvenile, would be willing to allow us to collect your clothing for evidence.
What I'm wearing right now, you can.
But I'm not going to do that now. Let me step out, make a phone call. If your father's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll see if another detective can bring a change of clothes for you. So that way you don't have to wear one of these white suits that we got.
I just don't want to get in trouble. Dad said, when I came home and told Dad what I just told you, he looked at me, he said, "I don't believe you." And I know what that's going to look like to freaking people who see this on a daily basis.
Okay. Well, like I said, I spoke with your dad, and at first he didn't believe you, and then when he saw how upset you were, he knew something was wrong. That's why he's like, "Hey, call 911." And like I said, your parents still love you. They're still your parents at the end of the day. All right, shit happens.
Usually people don't die though.
That is true, but it's one of those things that my job is to figure out exactly what happened, and we'll just go from there. All right.
I killed him, bro.
Let me step out and make a phone call. Do you need anything to drink?
No.
You're good? All right. What's going on, Dylan? You all right? You having another panic attack?
Yes, sir.
What can I do for you? Do you need something to drink?
No, sir.
Okay. Hey, try having a seat in the chair. Because I know with panic attacks, it's the whole breathing thing, and you hunched over like that is not helping your diaphragm and your lungs get the oxygen they need. If you can, try and stand up straight. Try and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice deep breaths.
I need help with this.
Do you want anything to drink or anything? No?
No.
Okay. Try to take nice deep breaths. Do you need an ambulance or anything?
No, they're just gonna check my vitals and realize that anxiety. No.
Okay. Hey, I need to offer, if you do need an ambulance, just let me know and I can call
I
one.
need some help for my anxiety.
What would help that?
I'm just gonna have to wait till I get out of here. They can't do nothing. And this is not helping it.
What's not helping it?
This stuff. I killed somebody.
Like I said, I know what stuff, dude. Alright. Anything I can do to help you, just let me know, alright?
I want my dad, or I need somebody to help me. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, man. I'm gonna face anybody. I'm not gonna do anything.
Well, let's try not focusing on the future right now. Focus on controlling your breathing. Alright, nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now, my crime scene text, she's outside. Alright. You let me know when you're ready so she can come in and take some photographs.
Do it now, I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay. You said you just want to do it now? Okay. So you want me to have her come in?
Yes. I want to, after this, I don't know. I'm going to go get some help again. I don't know. Just killing somebody, that's not going to help me at all.
Okay. Let me grab her.
Buddy.
So, unfortunately, we don't have anyone that can bring your clothes right now, so we got a white tie-dye suit for you to wear, but the detectives are on their way to your house now to talk to your dad, grab some clothing, and then they'll be able to bring it up here so you can change out of that.
I'm not going to be able to go home.
Well, right now, I don't know what's happening. All right, I don't know if charges are coming or not. It's fairly early in the investigation, so
I want to see my parents.
and that's something your dad has my cell phone number. I also have his. I told him I would give him an update when I can throughout the process. If it's something that he's able to maybe come up here and see you, I can definitely work on seeing if we can make that happen. All right. Are you good with that? What was that? Okay. So when Kim's done, I can see if I can't make a phone call to see if we can somehow maybe get Dad up here to talk to you and help with your anxiety a little, all right? But this is Kim. She's going to take some photographs initially. She's good. She'll explain to you what she's doing. I was able to speak with two of the detectives that are out there. One of the things that I needed to ask you, but you can have a seat if you want to stand, whatever's.
I'm trying not. It's so hard not to have another panic attack right now, bro.
No, that's fine. One of the things that one of the detectives, I guess they talked to someone around the neighborhood who said that you'd gone to their house looking for a bat to get a project to do.
No, yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. And
who's that?
It's Zach Black.
Zach.
I told Zach that I got a little project that I'm working on for him. And the day that I asked for the bat, about the baseball bat, I don't even remember asking. I don't remember asking nothing about
What's this project?
I'm gonna give Zach. You ever heard of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Of who?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years ago, I hopped into Yu-Gi-Oh real bad, like addiction, and I bought a bunch of like the good cards and like the good sets. And what I was doing was I was putting all of the cards that Zach needed, because Zach plays Yu-Gi-Oh too. He's got all way better cards than me, but I've got some cards. So I was like making like a whole box that I was just gonna give to him, but I wasn't ready yet because I've got like over like 500 cards. But I do not remember asking about a baseball bat because I got a baseball bat at my house, obviously.
Okay. There are some other people around the neighborhood that were saying that you've made comments to them about wondering what it's like to kill someone recently.
No, see, this is exactly what I was telling that lady on the phone. Everybody's just gonna start saying stuff.
Which lady?
Because my dad was saying the same stuff. He was like, he's like, watching all this Dexter, I don't believe you. I knew this was gonna happen. As soon as y'all start talking to people, people are gonna be like, oh, he talks about this, he talks about this. It's not true.
What?
Never had to. I said, I wonder how it feels like how to kill like Dexter, because you know who Dexter is.
The HBO show?
Yeah, he kills like racists and stuff. But I'm not gonna kill somebody on purpose. Right now, I'm accidentally killing Gio. Right now, I can't keep the guilt from actually killing him, the anxiety away. Why would I purposely end my life like this? Like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get better after this.
So it was more, you said, along the lines of you wondered what it was like to kill someone like Dexter?
More along the lines of it was just conversation. It was never nothing about
do you remember who you had this conversation with?
Yeah, Zach.
Oh, it was with Zach? But how long ago was that?
Like 2 weeks ago, because I just bought the first season of Dexter.
Okay.
It's weird because he don't have the, you know what I'm saying, the anxiety, and he kills bad people and stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's all I was making conversation about. But I do not remember anything about asking Zach for a baseball bat, though, because I have a baseball bat at my house, obviously.
Okay. There was.
Trust me, I wouldn't kill somebody because just talking about it right now is making me just want to throw up, bro. And I want my dad here so bad, but I need help, bro.
Mm-hmm. Well, there was someone other than Zach that told a detective that you had told someone that you wanted to take someone out into the woods and kill them.
No, see now that I'm gonna deny because not only did I only talk about Zach with those things, it was only Zach. Mm-hmm. So I've never talked about nobody else.
Do you know?
And that those words have never came out my mouth.
Do you know Zach's talked with anyone about that? Well, your conversation with him.
Maybe.
If he had or would talk with someone, who would he talk with? Do you know?
Probably his sisters or his family, people that live with him.
Who are his family? I don't know Zach. So
Haley, Amber, and his mom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying I knew this was gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, Dillen just got into this Dexter show," or "Oh, Dillen said something about this," and they're gonna try to put me to blame for this. Not once. About the Dexter, but no about asking Zach for a baseball bat, and no about I want to bring somebody in the woods to kill themselves. The Dexter stuff, I said, yeah, I wonder what it feels like to live with no anxiety and kill and have no anxiety and kill the bad people. That's all I said, but I've never asked any of those.
About how long ago did you start watching Dexter?
Like 2 weeks.
Okay, about 2 weeks ago. How far have you gotten into it?
Disc 3.
Is that, what season is that?
It's the first one.
It's still the first season?
Yeah. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to watch a TV show and then go outside and then kill somebody. That's stupid.
Have you, while watching Dexter, ever think, maybe this is something to help the anxiety go away?
No, because it doesn't look like it's helping it go away right now. The only thing that I've tried to make my anxiety go away is weed, and that's the only thing that helps. But the anxiety just comes back when I'm not high anymore, so that's why I just keep smoking.
Okay.
I'm for real. I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. I'm tired of not admitting it. I need mental help.
Okay, and that's something we can definitely work on. Getting you to sit down with someone to talk to.
Dad's always like, "You want me to take you to a thing?" I'm always like, "No, I think I need some serious mental help."
Okay. Because one of the detectives I also spoke with are actually out at the woods, and some of the things that they're seeing at the scene isn't really adding up with what you told me. Well, the whole thing with the gloves. For you to grab the gloves and run out after realizing that you just beat the crap out of Gio.
I grabbed the gloves because I knew exactly what this was going to happen. If I didn't try to take up for myself what you're doing, I've seen too many TV shows know what's going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I grabbed the gloves for proof. So, because when his fingerprints is all over the inside of those gloves, y'all can know that I'm telling the truth. And I knew this was going to happen.
What would happen if we process for fingerprints and DNA? Are you familiar with? I know you say a lot of shows, so then you know that fingerprints are unique to each person, right? Yes. And that DNA is unique to each person. Even identical twins don't have the same DNA. So when we process these gloves for fingerprints and DNA, what would happen, or what would you say if I come and say, you know what, Gio's DNA was not in the gloves, his fingerprints were not in the gloves?
There's got to be at least one fingerprint in them gloves. Because I know my fingerprints are going to be in the gloves. I'm going to already tell you. I picked up the gloves. My fingerprints are going to be on the baseball bat. His fingerprints are going to be on the baseball bat.
But is your DNA going to be inside the gloves, like in the fingertips?
No.
Like you were wearing the gloves?
No. My DNA, I know where my DNA is going to be at because when I picked them up, the gloves were inside out.
But what about like the tips of the fingers? Like if you put it on your hand, would it be?
I didn't put the gloves on. I just held them like this. And they were inside out, and then when he told me to drop them, I dropped them right there by the woods.
But I'm just struggling to understand why you would. You say for proof. What proof?
What you're doing right now, and what them detectives are saying. I knew this was going to happen. I'm not stupid.
Well, I'm not saying you are, but by all means, that's the last thing I'm saying. I'm just struggling to understand. You say that you grabbed these gloves for proof.
Yes.
To prove what, though?
That he came at me first.
How would the gloves prove he came at you first?
Because he had them on when he was using the baseball glove. He had the gloves first and the baseball bat first. He had both those first. I grabbed the baseball bat, and then after I was done with the baseball bat, then I grabbed the gloves. And the gloves were inside out. So if my DNAs are on the fingertips, they're going to be there because the gloves were inside out, dude.
Were they completely inside out?
Yes, like they were blue on his hands. He went like this. and it came all the way out, and on the inside they're like white. And I don't say they're going to be near the fingertips, but they're going to be on the inside of the glove because the glove was inside out.
And you said Gio's fingerprints would be on the bat as well?
Baseball bat and the gloves, there's no doubt about that, because he had both of them first before I did.
How did he have the bat before you if you brought the bat?
I put it behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me to turn around because he was taking a piss, and when I heard the crink, he picked it up.
Mm-hmm. But didn't you say you put the gloves on at some point behind you and then picked it up?
Because when I turned around, he had already had the gloves on, but he had just picked up the baseball bat because I heard his footstep behind me.
Mm-hmm. Well, how would his fingerprints be on the bat if he had the gloves on?
We got into a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
He's gotta have there's gotta be his fingerprints on that bat.
But from what you've told me, he had the gloves on when he had the bat.
When he had the bat.
When he went to hit you, you blocked it, you grabbed the bat, and as you grabbed it, he punched you and let go of the bat.
Yes.
And then he threw the gloves down.
Yes.
And came at you, and that's when you hit him.
Yes, but it was a fight, so he grabbed the. See what I'm saying? I knew this was gonna happen.
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to do any funny business. I'm just trying to go off what you told me, and then off what we have, and piece it together.
I'm trying to go as exactly what happened as I'm close to going. But it's kind of hard when all that stuff is happening and remember every little detail. But he did have the gloves on when he had the baseball bat. But he's got to have fingerprints in the gloves and on the baseball bat, not just mine.
How would he have fingerprints on the bat though? Like if he's wearing the gloves, he's grabbing the bat, he wouldn't leave fingerprints. But then you say after you were able to take the bat and he punched you, he threw the gloves down, said and just came at you, and then you hit him in the side of the head. He backed up, and then you hit him 6 more times. He went down, and then you hit him more. But during that sequence, I don't understand how his fingerprints would be on the bat.
Maybe like he grabbed it or something.
Well, I mean, you were there. I wasn't. Did he grab the bat? Did he not?
I can't really tell you. It was so fast, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I didn't go in there planning on killing him. I went in there and planned on smoking weed with him. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as I freaking got out the woods and called 911, I was like, watch some crazy crap happen and all this turn around on me. I knew this was going to happen.
Well, when you say you knew it would happen, what do you mean you knew it would happen?
Like, as soon as I was freaking done, when I was done and going outside the woods, I was like, oh my God, watch it all be my fault. Watch me be the only one to get in trouble. Watch me to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I knew this was going to happen.
Well, who else would be in trouble if it wasn't just you?
I didn't know Gio was going to die. I thought he would freaking be alive, and then when he got back up, y'all could arrest him for coming at me, but I didn't know he was going to die. And now that he's dead, I have no way to prove my innocence. No way at all. See, I'm basically just screwed here.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, obviously the investigation's not done. Just because whenever we finish this interview doesn't mean we're done. We're calling it a day. That's that. Trust me. With these types of investigations, we continue these investigations on for months. All right. I had a homicide on Christmas Day that I'm still working on. Like
see,
these
aren't. I didn't want to go in there and kill him, bro. Everybody's trying to make it sound like I planned it. And everybody's trying to, you're like asking questions. The detectives are saying, well, this doesn't, everybody's trying to make it seem like I planned it. When all I was trying to be was a good guy and go in there and get my friend high. That's all I was trying to do, I swear.
Okay. And I'm not saying that you planned this, or I'm not saying that you wanted to kill him. All right. My job as a detective is to ask a lot of questions. That's what I do. All right. And when I've got other detectives that obviously I'm not there in the woods, I'm not seeing what they're seeing. All right, they relay information to me. They say, hey, what about this? I was like, you know what? I don't know. Let me ask them. That's how it works. All right. I know it's a lot of questions. It's frustrating and it's stressful, but
it's stressful because it's looking like they're gonna pin this all on me now, bro. And now I'm really scared because I didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
except not freaking stopping. It's just stop.
I mean, at what point during the whole struggle, fight, incident, whatever you want to call it, at what point did you realize that I needed to stop, but you were unable to? Do you recall?
When he started making this noise with his mouth.
Was that when he was standing or on the ground?
On the ground, when he was unconscious. And I was enraged. I was like, why he's doing this, and I just stopped because he was like, he sounded like he was taking deep breaths, but it was like that, and I
Kind of like he was snoring, or
yeah, snorting or something, and I was like, oh my god, what have I done?
and when you're hearing that, did you hit him? I know there were 3 times when he was on the ground. You said you hit him.
When I was like, oh my god, what did I do? I threw the bat down and ran out in the woods.
Okay. And that's when you were hearing that noise.
Mm-hmm.
Was he moving at that point?
No, he was just taking really deep breaths. Oh my god, my life's already ruined, man. What am I gonna do? Can you give me any ideas? I mean,
With what?
man.
Unfortunately, I've got nothing to help answer that question of what's next, or what do you do next. I've never been in that situation that you're sitting in.
Me neither, man. I need help. I need help, man. I need help. Nobody understands except me, and it's killing me, bro.
Well,
This anxiety is breaking me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to live.
earlier you said there was the past couple months have been just one thing after. What's been going on the past couple months?
The anxiety, I can't sleep at night. It's the anxiety. It's killing me, bro.
Well, is there anything that happened the last couple months that triggered all this, or?
No, sir. That's what I'm saying. I got it like real bad like 2 years ago, and then it went away, and all of a sudden everybody thought there was something wrong with my stomach, which it turns out that I was having anxiety so bad my stomach was secreting too much acid, and I was like basically ruining my stomach by just being anxious. And then it went away when I did a little bit of therapy, and then it came back after that, and then like it was normal. You know what I'm saying? Like it came back once, and then I was normal. And then like these past like 3 months, I've been like can't sleep at night. I've been like this, like anxious. Nobody can help me. I wish somebody could please help me. I run in my mom and dad's room, shivering and stuff. Nobody can help me. I'm almost at the end of my rope, bro. And this piled on and everything.
Okay.
I'm almost at the end of my rope, I swear.
One of the things that I am I know I said a lot, struggling to understand is, I mean, you did a number on him. I mean, looking at him, his parents showed me a picture of him before I walked in the woods, and looking at him lying there, he didn't even look the same. Right? His face is unrecognizable. His parents are not going to be able to have an open casket viewing for him because that's how bad his face is.
You don't think I feel bad about that, man?
Well, I can't say what you think or what you feel because I'm not you.
I feel bad. I feel like shit. I feel like I'm a monster. I feel like I don't deserve to live.
Because, I mean, you felt that bad. I haven't touched it. I haven't held it. I don't know how heavy it is, but, I mean, that is dented. Like, flattened. Because of how hard you hit him. Alright? And that takes a lot.
I know, man. I know. What do you think I'm telling myself right now? I thought I was an anxious kid who fucking couldn't do all that. But when he punched me, I don't know what happened inside me, bro. It just everything went away. And it was just me or him. That's all it was. I'm telling you, bro. You don't understand.
So when he punched you in that face, in your face, from earlier you said your blood started boiling and you had that rage, if you would, of, you know, like, I want to kill him, and that's when the swinging started. Am I right? Is that accurate? I mean,
yes.
And have you ever felt that before?
Yes.
When?
Almost every fight that I've been in, but I've never had a baseball bat to hit somebody with. It's always been my fists.
How many fights have you been in the past, if you had to guess? I know
in the past year, I've been doing really good. I haven't gotten, except this. This is the first altercation I've been in since 2015.
Okay, and is that when you were...
I got arrested for the fight with him.
What about in the past, say, 5 years? How many fights have you gotten into, if you had to guess?
2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
Which ones are those?
A verbal argument with my dad, and Gio. This one. I'm telling you, I'm not a bad kid. I don't kill people.
The verbal argument with your dad, did you get arrested for that one?
Yes.
What did you get arrested for?
pushed him.
Okay, so it was a physical
Yeah, like it was verbal, and then my anxiety. I'm telling you, my anxiety is killing me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much longer it's killing me.
So with the incident with your dad, did you have, during that argument that at some point you allegedly pushed him? Is that when did you have the same feeling of like that rage inside?
Same feeling. I just want. It was like he was trying. I was having an anxiety attack, a really bad one, and he didn't like do what y'all do. You know how y'all talk to me
Mm-hmm.
before y'all touch me. He was like, "What's wrong?" And he was like, "Touching me." Just had an anxiety attack. I didn't want to tell him that I had anxiety. I still don't want to admit that I have this anxiety because I've never had it before.
Okay. Well, one of the things that you just said was you get that feeling and that rage inside of you wanting to kill someone whenever you get in a fight.
When they hit me and it like hurts enough.
And when was the last time, other than today, that you had that feeling?
When I fought Gio
Mm-hmm.
last time, when he pushed me and then I went to swing and he missed and he hit me in the nose and it did like that little thing where it makes my eyes water.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only time.
And that was 2 years ago, you said?
Yeah, 2015.
Mm-hmm. And so other than today and then, those are the only 2 times you're saying that you've had this feeling of wanting to kill someone?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not dead in my group here, bro. I don't know what I'm going to do if nobody helps me with my anxiety.
When it comes to today, the whole, I guess last Wednesday, Gio said, "Hey, let's meet up, let's smoke." And then today, when you texted him, said, "Hey, what's the deal?" and he wasn't responding. And
he responded the first text, and I was like, "Hey, I'm almost done with my studies. We can chill by ourselves, like you said." He said, "All right." But when I was like, I told him to, and then text me when he's getting off the bus. He said, "All right." But then all of a sudden, it's time for him to get off the bus. I really wanted to chill with him and smoke with him. He's not around. I'm texting. He's reading all of my texts, every single one. Bling, bling, bling.
How'd that make you feel?
I wasn't mad. I figured he was just like, maybe had like a little bit of Wi-Fi, because I know his phone's not turned on, so maybe he was just like had a little more Wi-Fi, and all he could do was look at it. So I just let it brush. I'm a nice guy. I let it brush off my shoulders. When I saw him, I was like, "You f***er," and I gave him a little punch, and we were good all the way until he freaking came up behind me with a baseball bat.
Do you know where his phone is now?
No, I have no idea. I didn't even see it when we were fighting. He's probably in his pocket.
Can you describe his phone?
He got a new one. I can't describe it.
Is it like an iPhone?
I think it's
is it
an
a flip?
iPhone.
Do you remember what color it is? Do you remember what color it is?
No. Did you get a hold of my dad? Is he coming?
I talked with the detective that's on his way to your house now. And once he's done speaking with him, he'll talk with your dad to see if he's able to come up here.
Alright,
So
all these questions, I can already guarantee you that I'm not probably going home.
Well, I guess I don't know.
Did you even ask about that? I mean...
Well, it's not something that I can ask one single person, because I have to take with what you and I have talked about, with what the detectives at the scene have found out, what all the other detectives that are helping on this talk of, what their findings are, and then also what we got to get with the state attorney and talk with them about everything.
So I won't be home in probably days.
I can't tell you when you'd be home. I honestly can't. I can't even ballpark it, because I just don't know.
Do you realize...
Do I realize what?
How over my life is right now?
I can't say what the future holds for you, because I don't know. If I were to say something, I'd be flat out lying, because I honestly don't know.
I need help, bro. That's all I'm asking you.
I know you said when you were 2011-ish, or not 2011, it was when you were 11, there were those 2 cats that you killed.
Yes.
Detectives have been hearing stuff from people around the neighborhood that you go out in the woods to torture and kill animals.
No, because I don't even go in the woods by myself.
Where would that come from then?
That would come from just lies. People are trying to make something out of the situation that it's not. People are just thinking about, oh, maybe I heard him say this, maybe I heard him say that, and just saying every little thing that comes to their
For
head.
the 2 cats that you killed when you were 11-ish, who knows about that other than you?
Nobody.
Do you have ongoing beef with someone where someone would try and make this stuff up? to try and get back at you or anything?
No, sir. I'm as completely as lost as you are, bro.
Okay. I don't understand why someone would, say, oh yeah, he goes
It's
out in the woods and does this and that.
It's because kids are kids. They say every little thing that comes to their head. I swear to God, I never said that. I never asked about the baseball. I never said that I wanted to lead somebody in the woods. I never said that other thing. I can't remember what you were asking me about the other thing, but the only thing that I've ever said about killing somebody is how does Dexter go on living life and doing all these crazy things, killing people, and not have anxiety, but I've got all this bad anxiety that I can't even get up out of bed to go to school. It's the only thing I said to Zach. I never asked about no baseball bat. I never said nothing about going in the woods and killing nobody. I
know you say that's all the only thing you ever said about wanting to kill someone, or even related to killing someone. Have you ever thought more into it about what it is about Dexter that allows him to do that?
No, I just figured he was born that way, and that I'm screwed like that way.
What do you mean screwed like that way?
I've tried everything, and nothing works. I feel like they're gonna put me in. I feel like y'all are gonna have to put me in a mental hospital.
Why do you say that?
Because nothing's working, bro, and I'm starting to believe it myself. I just killed somebody.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard voices or anything in the past? Like someone talking to you that's not there?
Yes.
Have you told anyone about that?
No.
Well, how long ago was that?
It doesn't go away.
Talk to me about that.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because they say bad things, but I don't do them.
Like what?
Not just killing.
What things have they told you to do that you haven't done?
I don't.
Did they tell you to do anything to Gio?
Wait. Please stop.
Yeah. You want something to drink?
No. Oh my God.
What can I do for you? I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
Mental help.
Okay.
I need mental help.
What about right now, the immediate fix? What can I do for you?
This is just because I told you about the voices.
Do you need something to drink? You want water? Let me see what I can do for you. Also, just so you're aware, there's some toilet paper here on the table if you need to wipe your face or anything. And I'll see what I can do about getting you some water. And this is Detective Ton. Monday, March 19th, 2018. Time is approximately 8:16 p.m. I'll be pausing this interview. And this is Detective Tom. Today's date is Monday, March 19th, 2018. Time is approximately 8:38 p.m. This interview resuming with Dillen Murray. Also present will be Detective Fulcher.
Hey, bud. You alright?
Oh, help me.
Hey, look up. Look up. I'm a different guy. You're Dillen, right?
Sir.
Dillen?
Yes, sir.
Now talk to me for a minute. Let's just talk for a minute. It's okay. Just take a couple deep breaths.
I can't take it anymore.
Take a couple deep breaths, alright? You've been talking to the detective here for a little while, right?
Yes, sir.
You told him some things about what happened out there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I kind of, he was saying that, that there was some bat involved or something like that? A bat?
Yes, sir.
Where'd this bat come from?
My house.
Your house? So you brought it over there with you?
Yes, he asked me to because he wanted to play football after we got done smoking a blunt of weed.
So play football with the bat?
No, not football, baseball.
Baseball. Where was the ball at?
He didn't even show it to me. There was no baseball.
There was no baseball? So what do you think? What do you think he would come down there with no ball if he wanted to play baseball?
I don't know. People asked me to go smoke in the woods all the time. He said he wanted to smoke in the woods with me and him. I didn't think nothing of it. That's all I did.
So how did he ask you to bring the bat?
When we got to the woods, he asked to bring the bat because after we get done smoking, he wanted to go get Zach and play baseball.
So you got to the woods together?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
And then you left?
I left by myself to go get the bat, yes.
And what was he doing when you left?
I have no idea. In the
Was he
woods
standing
by
in the
himself.
field?
No, he was in the woods. He
He was
walked
in the woods? Okay. And I take it that these gloves that you had on, some rubber gloves,
I didn't have any gloves. I didn't have them on. I picked them up.
you picked them up, but
Yes.
you didn't have them on?
No, I swear he had them on.
He had gloves on?
Yes.
Why would he have gloves on for?
I don't know. Ask him.
I mean, people saw him going down there with no gloves and nothing else. So the only thing he's carrying is what?
I don't know.
Skateboard.
Skateboard. I knew he had a skateboard.
That's the only thing that everybody, because this detective here, he hasn't been down there, he's been up here with you, and I've talked to a lot of people out there.
Yes, sir. I know.
And I know things happen. Sometimes you can't control them. Sometimes you do. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's seen him carrying any gloves or wearing any gloves or anything. Only thing they had, he had his Vans on that he skates in, right? He had a shirt on. He had some jeans on, and he's carrying a skateboard. No gloves, no balls, no bats, nothing like that. Okay? There's a lot of things that happen in life that upset people, you know. And I know that you found out recently that something happened between him and Haley,
No.
right?
I know, but I wasn't mad at him.
But you found out when? Just a couple days ago, right?
No,
It was like 2 days ago you found out.
like a week.
Okay, well it was in the last few days, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is a girl you pretty much admire her, don't you?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, she's
Love her.
a nice girl. You love her? You love her? So
She
you
doesn't
were,
love me back.
and you and what's his nickname?
Gio?
Gio. You and Gio, y'all friends? But y'all had some problems in the past, right?
Yes, sir.
And y'all had some problems recently, haven't you?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna let you know, I've talked to a lot of people. And Dylan, listen, look at me. I'm not sitting here saying you're a bad guy or anything. Things happen. Okay? Look at me. You can look at me, I'm just a regular guy. Okay? Things happen. People get upset about things and things happen that they probably wish they could take back. The people who don't want to take it back are the people who do stuff out of cold blood. But I don't think you're that way. I think there's something happened and you probably regret it. You're probably sorry it even happened to begin with, ain't you? Huh? Are you sorry this happened to begin with? What does that mean?
Yes, sir.
And you were texting him and writing him to come down there, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
And you were upset with him, weren't you?
Yes,
I know
sir.
that, huh?
Yes, sir.
And when you got down there, y'all started talking, and he probably said some stuff about Haley that you didn't like, and you lost control, didn't you? Not saying you're a bad guy, but you lost control, didn't you?
I love her.
So, is this all about her?
No.
I mean, listen. How old are you now? How old are you now?
16.
I was 16 a long time ago, but I was 16. And I had a girlfriend at 16, and this guy took her away from me because I felt that I wasn't good enough. And I was upset. And I probably could have freaked out on the guy, but I didn't have the opportunity to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because emotions get big when you love somebody, don't they? Emotions get big, and they can kind of make you do things that you probably wouldn't do otherwise. And I think that I don't know you that well, but you're, how old now, 16? 16-year-old kid, you're just a regular American boy, right? You're not out to go hurt somebody. Are you out to hurt somebody?
No.
But you lost control, didn't you? For that one moment in time, and you probably wish you could take it back, don't you?
Yeah.
Now tell us, I know you've been talking to him about it, but I want to know the truth. I know you're capable of telling the truth, aren't you?
I want to tell you the rest.
Just listen, we're not here to judge you. Hey, Dillen, I'm not here to judge you at all, okay? I'm telling you that right now. I'm not here to judge you. Huh?
Because you did that to Haley, and you said some stuff about Haley.
What was he saying about her?
Just, he brought me to the spot where he and told me.
Oh, where the spot where this happened? He said he f***ed her in the woods?
No,
Where?
he brought me maybe last Sunday or Saturday, he brought me to this spot in the woods. And we were gonna smoke.
Uh-huh.
And he had me sit down in this one spot, and he started laughing at me. Because I just told him that I feel like I'm in love with Haley. And he was like, well, Haley, and I was like, I don't believe you. And then he pointed right at the spot I was sitting at, and he was like, hey, Haley, right there.
So he was like trying to rub it in your face. And that upset you, didn't it? So you was going to get even with him on that, wasn't you?
No, I wasn't planning on killing him. I just wanted to talk to him.
So what happened when y'all got out there today and started talking? The more you looked at him, the more it upset you, didn't it? The way he rubbed that in your face?
Yes.
And you had that bat down there just in case?
Yes.
So you decided to, you was, because the way, listen, the way he was hit, I could tell you were upset. Because I've been doing this for a long time. And you can tell when somebody just gets hit one time or twice. He was hit over and over again because you were upset. Not saying that you're a bad person or that you're going to do this to everybody else or whatever. You're even going to do it again.
Didn't mean to do it, you know. Didn't mean to.
But you were in such a rage, wasn't you?
I just wanted to talk.
But you got in a rage, didn't you?
But he couldn't keep his mouth shut about all the shit that he did to me.
Okay. Now the bottom line is, he didn't attack you, did he?
No.
You were upset because of what he was rubbing in your face about Haley, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
And when he got down there, you had that bat, and y'all started talking. Did he say anything else about her today?
Yes.
What did he say?
That I don't know why you're getting so mad. You should not even like her anymore because I f***ed her. And I was like, well, that's not true love. And he was like, shut up, Dylan. You don't even know what true love is.
So then what happened then?
He made a comment about my mental problems.
And what did that do? Did that upset you?
Yes.
And what'd you do then?
Killed him.
Now go through the steps if you can remember how this went down.
He said what I just told you.
And then what did you do first with the bat?
He said quit fucking talking about the girl I love and my mental health problems. Because he's the only one besides you I just told about the voices. My parents don't even know. He's the only one who knows about when I go to sleep I have these bad dreams. He's the only one who knows. He was the only one I thought I trusted, and then he throws it all in my face right after he says that he fucked the girl that I love.
Mm-hmm.
He was treating me like garbage, so I treated him like a piece of garbage.
So what was the first thing you did with the bat?
I pointed at him and told him to stop talking about me. And he didn't look like he was scared. He was like, Dylan, quit being you know you're going to be a pussy. Just put the bat down. And that started to piss me off. So I took another step further. And he said, what are you going to do, pussy? He hit me in the fucking head with a bat. And then he pushed me. And then I hit him in the head with the bat.
What do you do when you hit him in the head?
He looked at me like he was really sorry for what he had did.
How many did you fall down, or was he still standing?
He was still standing after a couple hits.
Mm-hmm. So you had a couple of times when he was standing
Yes.
in the head?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
When he hit the ground, I wanted to make sure he never talked bad about me again, so I hit him in the Adam's apple
How was he laying?
on his back.
Okay. So you hit him in the throat area?
Yes.
And then what?
I realized what I had just done and how I f***ed up, and I threw everything down and ran out the woods and started throwing up, calling for help.
So did you hit him any more times in the face when he's on his back?
Once, that was it.
Okay. So the bottom line is you went out there, you had a bat,
Yeah.
and then he started talking. Hey, just sit down. We're not done. We're not done talking. You want to talk some more?
No, I feel bad enough already. Just take me.
All right. Well, just sit down right there, and we'll be back with you. Just sit right there. Okay.
You want more water or anything?
No, sir.
We'll be right back with you in a minute. Okay, Dylan? All right, Dylan?
Dillen Murray's account of the incident in the woods was put under intense scrutiny. He recounted that about a week prior to March 19, 2018, he and his friend Giovanni Diaz were smoking cannabis in the woods when Giovanni boasted about sleeping with the girl Dillen loved. This infuriated Dillen. On March 19th, they returned to the woods to talk, but the conversation quickly turned heated as Giovanni taunted Dillen again. Dillen pointed a baseball bat at Giovanni, demanding he stop. When Giovanni responded with profanities and claimed he wasn't scared, Dillen, fueled by rage, struck him in the head with the bat. He continued to assault Giovanni until he was unconscious and then kept striking him to ensure he wouldn't speak ill of the girl again. During the interview, detectives noted that Dillen had no injuries consistent with being punched or struck with a bat, contradicting any self-defense claims. A search of Giovanni's cell phone revealed multiple text messages from Dillen on the day of the incident, showing a premeditated plan. Based on their investigation, detectives concluded that Dillen Murray had committed first-degree murder by intentionally striking Giovanni Diaz multiple times with a metal bat, leading to his death. Dillen was also charged with possession of cannabis and drug paraphernalia, as officers found a clear plastic baggie of cannabis in his pants pocket during his arrest. 3 years after his apprehension, Dillen Alex Murray was sentenced to 60 years in prison for the death of his 15-year-old friend, Giovanni Diaz.